Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news recently. The NFL rumor mill has been buzzing about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the entire landscape of the NFC East and have long-term implications for the New York Giants. The whispers are pointing toward a possible deal involving Jeffrey Simmons, the star defensive tackle from the Tennessee Titans, heading to the Giants in a move that might just redefine their interior defensive line and push them closer to becoming a true trench warfare powerhouse. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this real? Could Simmons really be wearing Giants blue soon? Well, let's dig into what makes this rumor so intriguing and why it might just be the move that takes the Giants to the next level. First off, let's talk about Simmons himself. Drafted in 2019 by the Titans, this guy has been a force on the defensive line from day one. Standing at 6'4" and weighing around 305 pounds, Simmons is a disruptive presence who's capable of collapsing pockets, stuffing the run, and consistently generating pressure. Over his career, he's accumulated around 280 tackles and 42 sacks, which is no small feat for a defensive tackle. His PFF grade has hovered around 89. 0, reflecting his consistent high-level performance, and he's been a reliable playmaker with 9 forced fumbles so far. In the 2025 season, Simmons has continued to impress with 55 tackles, 9 sacks, and 42 pressures, numbers that place him among the top interior defensive linemen in the league. His EPA per rush stands at an impressive -0.29, indicating how impactful he is when on the field, especially against the run and pass. And what's really promising for the Giants is that Simmons has stayed healthy, with no significant injuries this season, and a double-team win rate of around 13.2%, which is solid considering how often offenses try to neutralize him. Now, why would the Titans consider trading Simmons? Well, the Titans are in a full rebuild mode after a tough 3-12 season. Their defense, which once was among the league's best, has struggled, allowing around 27 points per game this year. They're also facing salary cap constraints, about $18 million in cap space, and need to prioritize their future by focusing on the draft and rebuilding their roster from the trenches out. The Titans are reportedly looking for 2 second-round picks in exchange for Simmons, a steep price but one that reflects his value. The Titans are also eyeing a long-term rebuild, especially with their focus on acquiring draft capital to restock their roster with young, talented players. A trade for Simmons would provide the Giants with a game-changing interior presence, one that could elevate their defense to new heights. From the Giants' perspective, adding Simmons could be a game-changer. Currently, the Giants' defensive line has been solid but inconsistent, especially against the run. They've allowed roughly 800 rushing yards this season, which ranks among the worst in the league. Improving that run defense is a top priority, and Simmons' ability to clog lanes, generate pressure from the interior, and disrupt opposing offenses would be a massive upgrade. His projected contribution of around 10 sacks and several tackles for loss would significantly reduce the number of big plays allowed on the ground and in the passing game. Plus, his presence would free up other players, allowing them to focus on their assignments and create more chaos for the opposing offensive lines. With Simmons in the middle, the Giants could see a plus 20% boost in run-stop percentage, which is huge for a team that's been struggling to contain the run. Looking at the numbers, Simmons' impact could be transformative for the Giants, not just in the short term but also for their playoff aspirations. His stats in 2023 alone, 9 sacks, 20 hurries early downs, and a high-pressure rate, show that he's a disruptive force capable of elevating the entire defense. If he joins the Giants, he would become the cornerstone of their defense for years to come, similar to how elite defensive tackles have historically shaped championship-winning teams. His ability to anchor the middle of the line would allow the Giants to run more complex schemes, blitz more effectively, and reduce the pressure on their secondary. And let's not forget the big picture here. Rebuilding a defense around a dominant interior lineman like Simmons could be the key to vaulting the Giants into the league's upper echelon. With the NFC becoming increasingly competitive, especially with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys. The Giants need to make bold moves. Simmons, as an interior disruptor, is a perfect piece to pivot the team into that elite category. His presence would also send a message to the rest of the league that the Giants are serious about competing at the highest level once again, especially in a division where the margin for error is razor-thin. Now, considering the potential trade, the Titans would be looking to maximize their draft capital, aiming for multiple second-round picks, which could be a significant boost for their rebuilding efforts. The Giants, on the other hand, would be betting on Simmons's proven production and health to pay dividends immediately. This kind of move would solidify their defensive front, making it a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks and a nightmare for any team trying to run the ball against them. It's a strategic gamble, but one that could pay off big, especially if Simmons continues his upward trajectory and stays healthy. In terms of the overall impact on the Giants' Super Bowl chances, adding Simmons would push their odds significantly higher. Right now, their Super Bowl odds are somewhere around plus 20-0, but with Simmons anchoring the middle of that defensive line, those odds could improve to around plus 7-0. That's a huge jump, reflecting how much a player of his caliber can influence not just the defense, but the entire team's confidence and identity. His presence in the playoffs, especially as an interior pass rusher, would be a major factor in turning close games into victories, especially in high-pressure situations where controlling the trenches is everything. Of course, there are questions about cap space and the overall draft strategy, but the Giants are known for taking calculated risks when it comes to building a championship-caliber roster. If they can pull off this trade, it would mark a clear shift towards a more aggressive win-now mentality, something that fans have been craving for a long time. Simmons's addition would not only improve the team's immediate performance, but also lay the foundation for a future dominant defensive line, potentially establishing a dynasty similar to some of the greatest defensive lines in NFL history. Looking ahead, this trade could catalyze a transformation for the Giants. Imagine a front seven featuring Simmons, paired with talented linebackers, and a secondary that benefits from having a more consistent pass rush. Opposing quarterbacks would think twice before dropping back comfortably, knowing that Simmons is bearing down on them from the inside. It would also open up opportunities for other pass rushers and linebackers to shine, creating a more balanced and relentless defense. The Giants have been searching for that missing piece on the defensive line for years, and if this deal goes through, Simmons could be that cornerstone, someone who elevates the entire unit and helps the team take a giant step toward contention. In terms of long-term strategy, this move would signal that the Giants are serious about competing now, but also about building a sustainable, dominant defense that can compete in the playoffs year after year. Simmons's contract situation, production, and health make him a prime candidate to anchor that effort. His ability to impact the game from the interior would be a game-changer for Daniel Jones and the offense, giving them more opportunities to control the clock and keep opposing offenses off the field. So, as we watch these rumors unfold, it's clear that a Simmons trade could be one of the most impactful moves the Giants have made in recent years. It's a bold step, but one that could propel them from a team with flashes of potential to a true powerhouse in the NFC. The fans, the team, and the front office are all keeping a close eye on this situation. If it comes to fruition, expect to see a seismic shift in how the Giants approach their roster building, and more importantly, how they compete on Sundays. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you believe Simmons is the missing piece that can turn the Giants into serious contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news and analysis. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and moves like this could be the difference between just making the playoffs and making a real run for the Super Bowl. Keep the faith, stay loud, and let's go Giants.